Could you ever see a day without Ford in Europe doing what GM did, retreating?
I've actually been forward about that in our analyst calls and saying, first of all, Europe is too big of an important market, second GDP in the world, and Ford's been there such a long time that it has great cred. And I'm going to let my friend Steven talk about it. But we're a recognized brand. I will let you talk about Mustang's success and some other things. So no, we're not leaving Europe at all. In fact, we've made a big commitment. We're starting to see the Brexit issue come to some resolution. That's creating equilibrium for us, which is something we long for. And you know, guess what? The electrification movement, Europe helped us see the power of that, because Jim Farley was head of Europe. He's now head of all markets for me. So I think that actually dovetails really well with our strategy.
Yeah, I think the difference between us and some of the other competitors is we've had a much clearer focus on our product strategy in Europe. We've had a really good series of launches through last year with the Fiesta, EcoSport, and news to come on the Focus later this year. So, you know, I'm not happy with the performance of the business in Europe. We've still got a lot of work to do to get to where we want to be from a financial point of view. But I think we've had a much clearer focus on what we want the business to be than some of the competitors that have decided to exit. And I see that, you know, Ford in Europe is going to play a big part in how we progress the electrification across Ford Motor Company globally, because, you know, I think it's going to come early and fast in Europe, and that'll be a key enabler for the rest of Ford to benefit.
I'd like to build on one other way for you to think about, which was my CES talk on Tuesday of last week, which is the notion that, and Europe is going to be an early adopter of this, is that in our lifetime, the way that you mediated an intersection was with an analog device called a traffic light. Roundabouts notwithstanding and the effectiveness of those, the vehicles are so smart in the future that they don't have to be taught to recognize colors, even though they will. They'll be communicating to each other. So we announced a V2Vehicle communication system with Qualcomm. We actually are the leaders in building that standard. So that alone, just the vehicles talking to each other in Europe, is going to be really appreciated because it's going to reduce congestion. But the cities, Transport for London being one, are putting more intelligence in the ambient environment, parking for example. So we waste more fuel trying to find an empty parking spot than we do being stuck in traffic. So the idea that the vehicle and the parking place can find each other is something that's becoming a reality soon. And Ford's going to be a leader in this space because that translation is a really difficult thing. Europe, I think, is going to be an early adopter of some of these standards. So for me, it's an exciting market for that reason alone.
Okay, just one comment to build on that. We're actually Ford in Europe at our new innovation centre in Here East, in the East End of London, is the lead developer for that digitisation of parking spaces for Ford globally. So it's a good example of how we're kind of leading